Ford Dealers of America, who sell and service Ford cars and Ford trucks, present Burr Tillstrom, creator of Kukla, Ollie, and all the Kuklapolitan players, with Fran Allison in Kukla, Fran and Ollie.
Okay, it's time.
All right.
Hope everybody's dressed.
We're dressed. Fran?
Yes,
You ready for the spring pageant?
I think so. You're right there. Some spring pageant.
Some spring pageant.
I went out in that spangled thing that Ollie had fixed for me. I was out 5 minutes, and the sequins got so cold they all just popped right off. Flew right off.
The one of the wind didn't take them away.
Oh, miserable.
Why didn't we cancel it?
No, Ollie said it was imperative that we go on with it.
I see no reason. Just because the calendar says it's the first day of spring, doesn't mean a thing to me. I can tell you that. I've never been quite so cold. What is it? 15 above or
Just
something?
about.
Grand. Spring. Ta 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 ta. Oh, I've never felt the spring light.
Have icicles on our icicles,
Yeah.
don't we?
I've got my costume on underneath.
So have I.
So he better not say anything to me.
Well, where is he?
I don't know. He's probably getting ready. Everybody's getting dressed. Everybody's getting all set. I haven't seen Fletcher Rabbit all day. He was out.
I haven't seen him either.
He went out to the Ford Assembly Plant.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he said there was some...
There it goes. Well, I can't help it.
What, your flowers?
I tried to get a veil with ear muffs, but they just don't sell them that way.
Is everybody ready? Oh, hello, Madam Ooglepuss.
Hi.
How are you?
Pretty good.
That's good. I just was out on the lawn. Be good to dance on, anyway.
Be good and hard.
It's good and hard.
Won't be springy. That's a cinch.
Oh, why couldn't we have postponed it just a week or so?
Ollie voted against it.
I don't see no reason to postpone it. We might just as well do it now. The weather keeps up the way it is, it'll be like this in May, maybe June.
Maybe. Who knows?
Oh, let's not be pessimistic about it now. Oh, now, Francis, stop it. You're just making me chilly. Has anybody seen Beulah?
No, I have to. Are you dressed warm enough?
Oh, I think I'm going to be all right. My. Oh, minks are a little different color, aren't they, dear?
Yes, little.
Well, I prefer mine.
Well, the older they get, the more they fade, I guess.
Francis, darling, I'll have you know that my coat is just as brand new as yours.
Oh, well, I didn't know.
Well, I didn't think so, Madam Ooglepuss. I thought you got yours last year.
Yes, I think you had yours long before mine.
Francis, this year's mink. Well, it really wouldn't make that much difference. No doubt they're probably practically the same skin.
Well, we'll see how we do next year.
Yes, Mr. Tucker certainly does a lovely job,
Doesn't he, though?
Yes. What are we waiting for? I don't know what we're
Ollie,
waiting
because
for.
he was to direct all activities.
Ollie said he was going to direct all activities, and I'm fed up. Well, would you leave a minute, please, Kukla? Well, that's putting it bluntly, certainly. I'd be glad to leave. You girls want to talk girl talk.
Secret?
But, Fran, it's not amusing.
Oh?
It was quite a scene we had last night. The Colonel almost broke the door down.
Did he really?
Fran, whatever am I going to do?
Well, I don't know. Have you spoken with him?
Well, he wouldn't understand about Wary. Wary's just home from the service, you know.
Yes.
And I just can't explain that. I just can't explain. Somehow I didn't realize he would be coming back and all, you know. Honestly, this sounds like a page out of Beulah Witch's diary.
Well, Madam Ooglepuss, look at it this way. Do you want to continue your relationship with Wary?
Well, he's such a sweet boy.
Well, yes, he is, but then you have to think beyond that.
Well, I've tried to explain to him, but he just won't give up.
He won't give up.
And that's so flattering to a girl.
Yes.
But
well, maybe it's good for the Colonel.
Well, actually, I'm so angry. Did you see that mustache?
Well, yes, I don't see how he could grow that in one day.
He didn't. He didn't shave all weekend, I know. That's why we didn't see him Monday.
I see.
Just too much for me, I tell you. I can't bear it. I just can't bear it.
Well?
But if anything happens, dear, please, sort of go along with me.
Well, I'll go along with you, but maybe this is good for the Colonel.
Well, I don't know. He's going to be in the pageant today.
Is he? Mm-hmm. Well, if I see him, if he mentions it to me, I'll work it around.
We're
sure
cutting
I
out
can.
the kissing scene. No, I can tell you that.
Oh, are you?
Yes, indeed.
I thought that was a lovely thing.
Not with that mustache.
Well, okay.
Not for me. I'm not going to have my cosmetics scratched.
Well, then I will.
Well, are we all here? Oh, good day, my dear. Good day, my dear.
Colonel, how are you?
No!
Now, my dear, you may as well face it. I've made up my mind to keep it. If you're going to continue to get flowers and messages from this wary person, I believe I have a perfect right to grow a mustache if I want to.
Colonel, I've tried to tell you that there's absolutely nothing. Wary he's a friend of Fran's. He's
been a friend to all of us.
Yes, he's been a friend of all of us, and he's
been just like a mother to me.
How come he sends you flowers, then, my dear?
Well, he doesn't.
Mother always liked flowers.
Flowers are for all of us. All of us.
How come they have your name on them, and how come they happen to be just
because
the kind
Madam
of...
Ooglepuss was in charge of the water committee last year, and she always saw to it that they were put in vases immediately.
That's right. Absolutely.
I don't think that's a very good excuse. I think you girls happen to be in cahoots, and I don't care for it one bit. But if that's the way you want it, that's the way it'll be, and I'll grow my mustache as long as I please. I don't care if it grows till it trails on the ground.
Oh, Colonel, must you be so stubborn? You're just like a mule sometimes. Really you are.
I'll thank you to be careful what you say, my dear. Remember, we are engaged. Don't switch at me either.
We're not married yet. You can't talk to me like that.
You wouldn't stand for him talking to you like that after you were married, would you?
Well, there's not much you can do about it then.
What?
I'm just holding that over your head.
Don't have to hold anything over my head.
You seen Ollie?
No, I haven't seen Ollie. I think this is a miserable idea. Spring dances, spring pageant. You know doggone well it's much, much too cold to go out on the lawn today. I don't know whose idea it was, but believe me...
It was my idea. It was my idea. Go ahead, blame it on me.
No, don't you take the blame for it, Madam Ooglepuss, because it wasn't.
He'll say that.
No, he
I
won't.
will say no
Well,
such thing.
High wind in here. I'm going to stay here another 5 minutes, and that does it.
I'm going to stay here. I'm going to take part in this pageant if it kills me.
It takes all winter.
Yes, if it takes all winter.
Well, I will have had it in about 5 minutes.
Colonel, why don't you shave? Please. It isn't you.
It's the new me.
Oh! Oh!
I kissed her.
That's very proper in public.
I thought it was kind of daring. They always called me fun-loving Richard.
Did they?
Yep, when I was a youngster. Always wanted to grow one of these things. I was in the control room the other night, and I saw that Gami, our director, had started to grow one, so I saw no reason why I shouldn't.
How's he doing with it?
Who, Gami?
Mm-hmm.
Shaved it off.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. He's a mouse. I'm a man.
Well,
Besides, I'm doing it out of sheer stubbornness. I'll admit it. Well, when is the pageant going to start?
I don't know, Colonel. I don't know, but I'm not going to give it very much more time.
Well, I'm not going to give it much more time either. Believe me, I've got my dancing pumps on.
Have you?
I have sweat socks and dancing pumps. I have two pairs of sweat socks on.
Well, that's nice.
Have to. The feet get so cold.
Mm-hmm. I know it's miserable.
Those dancing pumps, they just don't have any soles at all, you know.
Very thin.
Very thin. Well, I'll tell you if it doesn't get started pretty soon.
Hello, kids. Hi.
Hi, Beulah.
Hello, Colonel. Wow, do I love that mustache. That's really great. Oh, dear, you all ready for the spring
Yes, I'm all right.
pageant?
Mm-hmm.
Well, aren't we going to have fun?
I think so.
Oh, it'd be real nice. I wore my long underwear, too.
No, believe me, I wish I had some.
Driving me mad.
Is it it? Ooh, Beulah, don't. That just makes it worse, you know.
What?
Just makes it worse.
Woo! Nice as that. Colonel, would you... I guess I better not ask him. Would you mind leaving the room for a while? can't reach between the shoulder blades. Oh! Wow, that's good. Do it again. Woo, 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 woo.
Yes?
Yes, let's be going all over.
Well, Buell, now just don't start it. You'll be doing it all. Come on now.
Huh?
Willpower.
Wow, I really get some elevation in those dances today.
What have you got on?
Well, no, my underwear will help me.
Oh, your underwear.
Boy, I'll be abandoned.
Don't wear your underwear in your shoes.
Woo! Woo. Well, when's it start?
Ridiculous. I don't know.
Oh, say something arrived.
Something did?
Yeah. Better open it.
Well, have you girls finished your little talk? Or what's that?
Oh, something arrived.
Let's see. Could it be? I'm not one to give up easily. Wary.
Wow, that's great. Hee-hee, watch out,
Oh,
boy.
aren't they lovely?
You've got competition.
How those for? Let me see the name on that envelope there. I'd just like to see that name.
Well, now there was a name on here, but it's almost...
Where did that box go, Buell? Oh, the box? Oh, it's up on the stage. Gave it to Fran to open. You really shouldn't do that, Buell.
Can't quite make it out. Let me see.
I can see that. It says,
Oh,
Francis, you're being very careless.
oh, and it went right down that register, too.
Francis, did you see my flower?
I didn't see your flowers. I saw some flowers which came...
Excuse me. How far is the Arctic Circle?
I don't know. I think we're just a couple blocks away.
If something doesn't get started pretty soon, I'll tell you I'm going to give up. That's all there is to it.
Well, me too.
I'll meet you downstairs, Francis.
All right.
Let's have a little cup of hot chocolate or something, shall we?
Fine. I've got to get rid of these.
Oh, everybody on the stage, please. Everybody ready? You ready, Francis? Francis, that's no way to be hit. What's the matter?
Lame bobby pin that took us off the cable the other day.
Now, Francis, please. You're not going to wear your fur coat.
I'm going to wear my fur coat.
But, Francis, this is the spring pageant and dance.
I
The
don't...
ballet.
Well, I'm dancing with my coat on.
Jack,
Yes, sir.
you can't play with your mittens on.
It's not be difficult.
But, Fran, what's the matter? Where was your get-up-and-go spirit? This is spring. We'll
My
be
get-up
dancing
and go
across the...
spirit went the minute I stood out on the front porch in that outfit.
You mean the spangles?
What?
What
It's
happened?
ridiculous, Ollie.
Well, it is not
And
ridiculous.
believe me, if your mother knew that you were out in a rig like that on a day like this...
Well, I'll be moving around so I won't get cold. Besides that, we're going to herald in the spring. Oh, it's going to be so beautiful. Just so lovely. We've got... Cecil Bill is going to blow the bird whistle.
The bird whistle.
Yeah, I don't
There isn't a
think
bird within 40 miles of this place.
Well, I don't suppose there really is, but we do need bird whistles, so I thought, Cecil Bill? Oh, good. Oh, you're not going to wear that. You're supposed to wear the tights and the little Cupid costume. Well, let's have a little rehearsal, shall we? Jack, do you have that lovely spring song that you wrote? You know, the one to our theme song. You know, the variations on that. Okay, this
Will
one.
I go get the hot bricks? I'll be back.
Fine, that's fine. That's great. Now, you play that when we first all come out together. Now, don't forget. Keep good hold of this bird whistle, and you have to watch out for Doloras. Be sure that she gets in on time. Now, let's see. Oh, everything's so exciting. Oh, Fran, we better rehearse the Spring and Sprung song.
All right, I know when I come in.
Okay. Jackson, you got that? Spring has sprung, spring has sprung, with the happiest, gayest of days yet to come. Spring has sprung, what a glorious thing to be able to sing. A springy, a sprightly, a bright kind of tune that we'll keep repeating from March until June. Spring has sprung, our favorite time of the year is here. That's where I go over the hedge. Then around the pool. A springy, a sprightly, a bright kind of tune that we'll keep repeating from March until June. Pudding has sprung, pudding has sprung, our favorite time of the year is here.
I can stand just so much. You've broken 3 glasses in the dining room.
That's your good boy. If you disagree, just listen to me. I'll shout it, there's no doubt about it. Pudding has sprung. Oh, that's great. That's fine. Now, right after that, you know, Jack goes into a musical interpolation of the thing. And you wear the veil of flowers like me, and you and I and Kukla...
I can't wear something like that, Ollie. I just can't do it. It just isn't me.
You're not very cooperative. You and Madame Ooglepuss and Beulah Witch are going to take the veil, then, you know, and throw it way up in the air and dance underneath and then out again. Oh, it'll be grand. Oh, how they'll love it. I'm not going to Jackson Park. Lincoln Park this year. I was afraid of the lagoons. Remember what happened 2 years ago?
Well, they have them up there, too.
Yes, well, I'll just be careful, just a little more careful. Well, you practice, kids.
I'm not going to practice, Ollie. I'm not going...
Fletcher has arrived.
Has he?
With
Happy?
one happy note in the day. Fran, something very big and very exciting has happened today.
Really?
It's very exciting. I just met him out in front. He just drove up. Well, I'll tell you all about it in just a second.
Well,
Maybe I should let him tell you.
All right.
Should I? Fletch?
Oh, yes, sirree, Bob. Oh, yes. Hello, Francis.
Hi,
How are
Fletcher.
you?
Gee, you look lovely.
Oh, well, thank you. I feel just fine. Oh, I've had the most exciting day that I have ever seen in my life.
Well, tell me.
This morning, bright and early, Gami, our director, you know, we went out to the Ford assembly plant. We went out there, you know, we went out there once before.
Yes, I know
Yes,
you did.
had a wonderful visit. But this time we went out for a very special reason. We went out with Ralph, you know, Ralph Hertzberg, and Charlie Japp of the Labor Motor Company. He's the chairman of the advertising committee here for the Ford dealers of Chicago, you know. Well, sir, we went out there. Well, we were met by Sam Simmons and Mr. Werner, you know, and, pardon me, I'm so excited I got frog. Well, sir, am I boring you?
No, I want to hear all about it.
Well, we went out there bright and early in the morning. Well, sir, we started down on the production line. We started at the very beginning of the production line of the Ford assembly plant. Now, I had taken this trip before, as you know, but this was a special occasion. What was it? Just a minute. Now, don't tell the story. Don't tell the climax until I come to it. Well, sir, I went along, and Ralph said, look, there's the number
Where?
to follow. No, he just was, he was pointing out at the beginning of the Ford assembly plant of the production line there. He said, look, there is your number, 203. You follow that, that particular number all the way through. Well, what he meant was that we were to follow the car, the Ford that was being built right there from the very beginning all the way through to the end of the production line. Well, sir, we did just that. Ha ha, that was fun. Oh, gracious, it was so exciting. Well, sir, first of all, it was just the bare frame.
Yes.
Just the bare frame. Of course, I don't know that I don't know all the intricacies of how the 51 Ford is built. I just couldn't tell you all the little technical details, but I tell you one thing, I have never seen such precision. Such precision, and inspectors all the way, well, it was,
yes.
I tell you, every little single part is inspected very carefully. Well, sir, and guess who I met out there?
I wouldn't know.
Harry Birch.
Not Harry Burke.
Yes, we sold him a Ford. Well, sir.
Good.
Now, let me see. Oh, yes. Well, then they put the rear axle housing and the front axle and spring suspension. the rear springs. We went just along each step, you see. There was the exhaust and the shock absorbers and the front and rear bumpers. And then they put the serial number on and steering wheel shaft, fuel lines. Oh, gracious sakes, I don't know what all. They tested everywhere. They tested, just everywhere.
But this occasion...
Oh, well, just a moment, just a moment. And, I saw them hook up the speedometer cable, and then they put the rear bump, and then, I tell you, the seats and the dashboard and the heater and the radio.
Yes.
Oh, say. Then the wheels, then the radiator, front bump, floor pads. Oh, and, I tell you, there were so many things. Then they test the lights and the ignition, and then, for the first time in practically history at that Ford assembly plant, they stopped the production line.
They stopped
They stopped it.
Something go wrong?
No, nothing went wrong. Everything was right, silly.
Oh,
I don't understand that.
I don't quite...
Well, just a moment. Because, you see, this is what they were working on. Give me a hand.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. What in the world? Oh, a new station wagon. Oh, new 1951 Country Squire station wagon. And you saw it when it was finished?
I saw it when it first started.
Let me see it from over here.
Isn't it lovely? And there it was, and I was so surprised. Kukla, Fran and Ollie right on. I was just so amazed. I practically collapsed, but I couldn't collapse because, you see, they let me drive it off the runway.
They didn't.
Yeah, they did.
I can't believe it.
They did. You just go ask anybody out there. They did. And here I am, and I have it, and I brought it, and here we are. We're going to be, isn't this going to be fun?
I just kind of can't believe it.
Well, it's true. It's true. I tell you, it's so exciting. Well, I've got to take it right down and polish it.
Aren't you going to be in the spring pageant?
Oh, I may. I just may. I thought I might ride in the 1951 Ford Country Squire. If that's all right with you.
About the best way I can think of to get into the pageant. That would be... Fran, that's an idea! Just tell him to move over. We could all get in and ride, and we don't have... We could just, sort of scatter rose petals out the window or something. We don't have to do any dances. That'd be wonderful. I feel better already, Fran.
Do you?
Fran, take off your coat and...
Stay a while?
Stay a while. Maybe we could have our spring celebration right here.
You think we could talk Ollie into it?
I think we might be able to. It's just wonderful.
I'm ready to spend a nice, quiet evening at home.
In front of the fireplace.
You bet.
But let's take a ride first, shall we?
All right.
I'd love it.
Just a short one and then come back.
What part were you going to... What were you going to sing in the pageant today?
I was to sing... it's not a new song, but it's one we've liked for a long while.
Oh, yeah.
It's Anybody's Spring.
Oh, I love that song. Let's just
Till
do
he
it then.
comes.
Let's do it then.
You think that money is everything, and yet it's anybody's spring. Go make a fortune, become a king, and yet it's anybody's spring. And if you flash a bankroll, do you suppose a brook would care? Or that a rose would say, there goes a millionaire. It's more than diamonds around a ring, because it's anybody's spring. You may be born with a silver spoon, and yet it's anybody's moon. You couldn't buy a ticket to hear the first robin sing. It's free because it's anybody's spring. That cat makes the most beautiful bows. Do it again.
I like that.
No, we're not going to the pageant.
What'd you say? The bird whistle? I don't know. I don't really care.
You had the bird whistle yourself, Cecil Bill.
You can't find it? Oh, don't worry about it. We don't need it. Well, he has to account to the prop department for it.
Oh, does he?
You know, that
I
communicator.
thought that was ours.
No, I don't think... Well, I don't know, but... Anyway, we have to report to the prop committee somewhere, and I'm sorry. I'll look for it in a minute. Well, don't worry about it. It'll be all right.
Very conscientious.
Yeah, he is.
Well, he found it, I guess. Well, now he won't worry
Did you
about it
find
anymore.
What could it be?
Where did you find it? I thought it came from downstairs. That's downstairs.
Maybe it's really a bird.
Oh.
What's that?
No birds around here.
Oh, hello, Dolores. How are you?
Hello, sweetie.
We're not going to do the pageant, so you don't have to worry about it.
She couldn't. Could she?
Dolores!
I never knew of traits in a family so similar.
Dolores, you couldn't.
Open your mouth wide.
Dolores! Oh, this is too much. Remember when
Now
Ollie
you can-
swallowed the bell and then he swallowed the
Oh.
ukulele that time? Oh, Dolores, this is too much.
Now that she can whistle, she'll just never want to talk.
She'll never want to talk again.
See, there she's going to whistle the entire time.
Well, that was lovely. Who was blowing the bird whistle? It was just perfect. Well, are we all set? Can hardly wait.
I have news for you.
Again?
Your cousin's got the bird whistle.
Dolores?
We couldn't do the pageant without the bird whistle, could we, Francis?
I couldn't. I wouldn't feel right about it at all.
No, there wouldn't be any cues or anything. I couldn't possibly do that.
We don't need the little bird whistle.
I feel so close to the system that we had with the bird whistle that I couldn't do without it.
You know something? I went outside. I've just made a discovery. It's too cold for the spring pageant.
You don't mean it. You really mean it, huh?
Yes, it's a little too cold. So I thought it would be much nicer for us to get into our new station wagon, our 51 Ford station wagon, and go for a little ride and then come back and have some hot chocolate and sit in front of the fire and do the spring dance later. Don't you think that would be smarter?
Oh,
I
that's
think
a
maybe.
wonderful idea. How did you ever think of it, Ollie? Wasn't that a fine idea, Fran?
Well, I'm heartbroken that we're not going to do the pageant, but I'll go along with you.
Well, good. I'm so glad. Well, sir, the only thing I can say right now is, remember, when you buy for the future...
By Ford.
Stunts like this call for a car that's safe, a car that has stability built in. Watch this. Dangerous? You bet. But this 1951 Ford is perfectly balanced, and that balance spells safety under every driving condition. Yes, when a stunt driver chooses a Ford, you know it's the safe car, the right car for you. Drive a 1951 Ford. The musical director of Kukla, Fran and Ollie is Jack Fascinato. The producer is Beulah Zachary, the director Louis Gomovitz, and the costume designer Joseph Lockwood.
And this is Burr Tillstrom thanking you on behalf of the Spring Flower and all the Kukla players. Good night.
Remember to visit your friendly Ford dealer. We think you'll agree with him. You can pay more, but you can't buy better. Kukla, Fran and Ollie came to you from Chicago.
NBC Television.